And I'm not on mute, am I?
No, we hear you.
All right, good. Here we go. Pursuant to the provisions of 268030 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws, please take notice that the decisions of the Metropolitan Nashville Municipal Auditorium Commission may be appealed to the Chancery Court of Davidson County for review under a common law writ of certiorari. Any appeal must be filed within 60 days after entry of a final decision by the Commission. Any person or other entity considering an appeal should consult with an attorney to ensure that time and procedural requirements are met. Let's move on to the approval of the minutes. Has everyone had a chance to glance over the minutes, look at them, and I will entertain a motion to accept as presented.
So moved.
All right, you have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, we got a couple of oppositions. Did I hear that? No opposed. Okay,
No.
We're all good then. Okay. All right. Well, let it be recorded that the minutes were approved unanimously then. All right. Move on to Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum report. I see that we have Angela and Jay. Which either of you want to jump in?
Mr. Chairman.
Oh.
We do need to do a motion for the record on the necessity for holding this meeting by an electronic format per the Governor's Executive Order 16 and the successive orders extending that order.
Okay.
So we need to have a motion that this is essential business of the Auditorium Commission and the Metropolitan Government, and that it is necessary to meet electronically in order to preserve health and safety.
Awesome. I will entertain somebody to say so moved.
So moved.
Thank you very much. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ms. Teresa, it has been passed unanimously. All right. Fantastic. All right, now we will move on to the Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I have good news. We opened the museum back up on July 2nd. We are operating under a limited schedule of days, set hours. We're open on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Our attendees are very low, about 30%, I'm estimating. Put that on the city being shut down, basically. But we do feel like we are offering people who are visiting the city a great alternative since a lot of Broadway is still closed down. We did open under the CVC's Good to Go program. Every morning we are taking employees' temperatures. Employees are wearing masks. We are asking a number of questions that have to be answered yes. We have installed touchless sinks in our restroom. We also prop the doors open. We have touchless soap dispensers. We're disinfecting on the hour. We're doing everything we can to keep our guests, our employees in the building safe. And that's where we are right now. We would like to find out what is being done upstairs at the municipal. Are they also doing the Good to Go program, or are they doing temperatures? Or I have seen masks around the building. And then another question that I have is regarding the homeless women up there. Are they allowed to leave? Have any of them left? Do they come back if they do leave? Just a lot of questions surrounding that.
Okay, Tanisha, Don, can y'all address that?
I'm gonna jump in. The women, the staff enter through the front of the building, what we call the pizza area, which is at the smoking area right there for the women's shelter. They go through security, they get the temperature taken. They are tested with social services. I don't know what the guidelines are or what the time frame is every 2 weeks, but they just had everybody tested. You are are required to wear a mask inside the venue. The women, all of the women are not allowed to leave. Some of them are allowed to have day passes where they can go down and get their medication as they go to Walgreens and back. They do have the hand sanitizer out for the women and for the staff, for everybody, and they operate under the same guidelines as everybody else. But yes, some of them do leave and come back.
I'm sorry, Don, you're very muffled on that last part.
Some of them do leave and come back. They are issued day passes, and they're allowed to go down and get their medication and come back.
Okay. And have any of them that have left tested positive?
We've had one lady that tested positive, and that's it. That's the entire time they've been in lockup. I think that's the only one they've had. And she was moved out of the facility immediately, and her cot and all the belongings, everything was disinfected, fogged, and the staff that were dealing with her, even the cleaning staff that were around her, were sent home and were on 14-day quarantine. But that's the only one.
All right.
Anything else?
That's all I've got.
All right. Fantastic. And pull my notes up here. We will move into the manager's report. Tanisha and Dawn, it's over to you.
I don't really have anything to report other than what I just reported. And the women's facility is very docile, if you will. It's they're playing games, watching movies, just got them up exercising. It's just very low key, very low key. And
Okay, I'm sorry. I do have another question. Are you still planning on them leaving on December 31st and rebooking the municipal starting January 1?
That is TBD, really. I don't have an end date on it yet. I have events booked in January, but that's up to the mayor's office and the administration to when they will allow us to have the building back.
Okay. Okay.
With that being said, we have, as we discussed in the last meeting, from January on, we're full every weekend if we're allowed to have the building back and COVID allows mass gatherings.
So
Tanisha,
that's
do you
every
have
weekend
anything?
until when? From January until when, Dawn?
June, really.
Wow.
We're booked solid. With rehearsals, concerts, we've got pro volleyball in for 5 weeks. We just had another rehearsal added, and cheerleading. The first quarter is real heavy with volleyball, cheer events, and rehearsals, and then it picks up with rehearsals and concerts after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanisha, do you have anything? I'm sorry.
I don't.
All right. How's the baby, Tanisha?
Great.
Awesome. Awesome. Good to hear. I just had to throw that in there. We needed some smiles. Still
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the Live Nation contract. So I'll open this by saying we have come up to an extension period that begins August the 1st. Because of the coronavirus and the disruption that it has caused everyone, including us, Municipal Auditorium, promoters going in there, etc. The Tom Cross the city attorney, head city attorney, has asked if we could have vote
It's
on an
actually the
extension.
deputy.
Deputy, sorry, I'm going to get my titles correct here. Sorry about that. Deputy has asked that we vote on an extension of 60 days for the current contract in order for them to get the language right, to figure out what the next year looks like, et cetera. So, so that is what we intend on doing today. Are there any questions? Any deliberation? Any opinions?
I may just add a little bit to that, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
So specifically, there is a letter agreement that I drafted to Mr. James Tucker, who's an attorney for Live Nation, accomplishing the 60-day extension the chairman just described. And so, you know, the potential motion that you all could make, should you choose to do so, would be to authorize execution of that letter agreement on behalf of the municipal auditorium.
Has everybody seen it? Seen the letter? You got to sit around everyone? Okay. All good. Any other questions, comments, anything at all? Okay. So the idea would be that we are extending the current contract for 60 days, at which time there will be another proposed contract that will come up. And when that proposed contract comes up that will replace this extension, we will have it, we will look at it, we will talk about it, deliberate it. At that particular time, we will vote to accept it, and then that will kick in. And all things considered, that'll be done within the next 60 days. So once again, any questions, any comments? Okay, fantastic. Teresa, am I missing anything, or can we go ahead and vote? All right, fantastic. So I'd like to entertain a motion to extend the current Live Nation contract with Municipal Auditorium for a period of 60 days, ending September 29th.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show the motion carried unanimously.
Just to be absolutely clear for the record, does that motion include authorizing the execution of the letter on behalf of the municipal auditorium?
Execution of the letter by the municipal auditorium. Can you expound on that a little bit, please?
So it's a letter agreement. So it actually has a signature line for you, for the chair of the Municipal Auditorium Commission, to kind of agree to the conditions of it on behalf of this body.
Do we need a motion to approve that for him to sign, or is that what we just did?
It's sort of what you just did, but just to be super clear, y'all would be willing to kind of amend the motion to add in the authorization for execution. That would just make it all neat and tidy to me.
Yes, I'd like to so move that. Let's make it nice and clean.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, fantastic. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you for giving me permission to sign that letter. Fantastic. All right, let's move into new business. Any new business?
No, but the one thing I would like to is the basketball court. Can we get rid of the basketball court in order to have more storage?
Yes. Okay. So there is a floor used for basketball tournaments, et cetera, that is being stored. How old is that floor, Tanisha? Do you know? Oh, you wouldn't move.
I want to say it was purchased by the OVC in like 2011 or 12, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Or no, they redid some boards, so it may be older than that.
Okay. But at the moment, since we don't have the OVC tournament anymore, and we don't have any other events that require putting that floor down. It's just basically sitting there in storage. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And so what they're asking is, can we get rid of this? Can we sell it? Can we give it to someone? Can we do something? And what's your idea, Tanisha and Don, of what you would do with that?
I had somebody reach out to me from Kentucky and ask if they could purchase it. This was prior to COVID, and they haven't circled back around. I'm assuming because nothing's going on. And other than that, it would just be a matter of sending it over and getting rid of it, and we get pennies on the dollar. But I would like to sell it privately if we could, and get some money and use that money and for capital needs. Right now, it's just sitting there taking up space, and where we have the chairs stored at, and it takes up a lot of room, and we're very
Alice?
tight on space.
Okay, Alice?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, is that the OVC's property or is it now ours?
No, it's ours.
It's ours. Okay. And when you said the OVC bought it, I wasn't sure.
Are there any events in the foreseeable future that we would use it or someone would want it?
No, we haven't done. We've done one tournament year before last, and they don't draw. So we haven't had anything last year or this year, and I don't see anything coming in the near future.
Can you rent those if we were to need one?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Does the cheerleading tournaments use them at all?
No, cheerleading come in and no.
Okay.
They just go on the concrete and they put the mats down, the practice mats, and then the competition mats. The only time we literally use it once a year if we have a tournament around Thanksgiving.
Is there another facility, another metro storage facility where it could be housed in case in order to free up space before it's sold? Or
that's what I was going to ask.
Good question.
Yeah, I can check on that.
Yeah, very good question.
Especially
but then again, if we sold it, that money would go back to us, right? If we did sell it, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're certain because I know that Metro has a site to sell items that are no longer being used by whoever purchased. Do we have to go through a process to sell? Can we make the decision to privately sell, or does it have to go through the Metro sales process?
The surplus property process?
Correct.
I mean, Don, have you talked to anyone about that already?
I have not talked to anybody about that yet.
I think that probably should be
wanted to
explored.
get the thoughts on it from the commission before I even entertain that.
Okay, that makes sense.
One thing that I remember, we got rid of the Zamboni when we decided not to put down ice anymore, and we gave the Zamboni to Bridgestone for Nissan, the Predators Stadium, and they have since refurbished it and used it as a novelty piece. But that was an item that it was kind of like we knew we weren't going to put down ice ever again because of the Hall of Fame downstairs, and so that's one piece that we didn't really have to go through purchasing or anything. We just transferred it out, and the Preds are pretty much a private entity that's that's not a government, but they didn't pay us for it either, as far as I know. I don't think Mr. Sconey sold it.
If I may interject from finance, you are charged surplus property in your budget. So if you were trying to make a profit off of it, you would probably need to go through procurement.
Okay.
I would double check, but it is in your budget where you are being charged for that.
Okay.
So it'd be great if we could potentially look at two things, storage at another Metro facility if we have the ability to do that, and then explore the procurement or surplus aspect if that's an option.
Yeah, let's do that, and then Tanisha and Don, and then we'll come back at our next meeting. We'll discuss it again and see if we can move on it some way.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. More new business. Anybody else have any new business we can dig into? No? All right. Unless I have an objection, I am going to rule this this meeting adjourned. Any objections? All right. It's great seeing your faces, by the way. I just want to say that. It's really good seeing all of you.
It's good to see you.
Same
Good
here.
to see you.
All right. Best of health to everyone. God bless, and hopefully we'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.